What are typical operating or general expenses you've seen overlooked when investors file deductions?
Yeah, this one, I want to start, first of all, more on the theoretical. The way you avoid missing deductions is you have good bookkeeping, okay? That is your foundation. We've said it in many, many past shows. Your good bookkeeping is going to track all of the things that you spend on, which are your expenses. And it's very hard to lose or hide those expenses when you come tax time, if they've all been put into your bookkeeping. So that's the first place I'm going to start because you're not going to miss them then. Have good bookkeeping, it becomes much more difficult to miss deductions. What do we normally see? Definitely I've seen depreciation missed on people who do a lot of real estate, rental real estate. That's a big one.
Can I put a timeout on that?
Yeah.
If you're not taking depreciation and you're renting a house, you got to understand this. You're not doing yourself any favors. You're not being benevolent. They're going to make you recapture what you could have taken, but you didn't.
Yep.
It's kind of like, hey, you could have this deduction. You're like, yeah, but it just creates a loss and I don't need the loss.
Who wants to calculate that?
Yeah. When you sell the house, they're going to say, hey, what could you have written off? And you'll be like, your accountant will know. And they'll say, oh, look, you get to recapture it and pay up to 25% on the amount that you never wrote off. And you'll be like, what? Happens all the time.
It does. It doesn't happen as much. I mean, it is one that typically you're going to find taken as a deduction, but it happens enough and it's so big that it's one that definitely warrants bringing up. But a lot of mileage gets missed. All of the operational expenses typically are in there. People are really good on that from what I've seen. They'll get the operational expenses. It's the other expense, the property taxes, things like that kind of slide by. They just don't think. They're so much focused on the operations that they miss these bigger expenses. That's typically what we see. But again, to my point, and this is why I picked it, is if you have good bookkeeping, your chances go way down that you're going to miss anything. And you want to have that bookkeeping because bookkeeping is your guiding point to know how well your business is operating. It's not just about the tax return. It's knowing whether or not this was a profitable venture or not. It's so critical. So that's kind of why I hit it, to really hammer that point home.
Yeah, and I'm going to make it easy for you guys. First off, Anderson does tax prep and bookkeeping, and we do the entities, and we're a national registered agent. There's close to 500 of us here, and we can handle your business work if you want us to. If you love your accountant, don't change, but you could still come here and do bookkeeping. Just reach out. If you just say, hey, I want to talk to somebody, put it in chat and they'll give you a link. It doesn't cost you anything to find out what it would look like. But what we like to do is we look at you. First off, we use a platform called QuickBooks Online, and we're going to say, hey, let's build your books together so you have an understanding of what expenses are treated, what way, which ones you're missing. And we're always looking for money. So if you're paying us something, my favorite thing to think about is if somebody pays me $1 and I give them back $3, I'm a net benefit to them. If you're paying somebody 50 cents because you think you're saving it, but it costs you $3, it just cost you $3.50. Versus if you go to somebody who knows what they're doing, they should more than pay for themselves. And that's my experience with tax people. Don't skimp on taxes. They will pay for themselves and put more money in your pocket. And you'll be shocked at the big tranches of cash that come in when you do it right. And you can avoid a big tax hit. And especially we have a toolkit of about 45 different deductions and strategies that we use. And when they apply, and it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, who knows? But when they hit, it's usually kind of like, oh, wow. I mean, it's going to save me $10,000 a year. Yep. For the next 20, 25 years. Yep. If you do it right, you can reap benefits for a long period of time, and then you really don't care. But you got to make sure you have people that know what they're doing, that do what you do. That's why I say always work with somebody who isn't their side gig. It's not the thing that they do. Hey, 99% of my clients are like this. Work with people who work with investors and business owners, please. Don't go to H&R Block or any of these other houses where somebody does it part-time during the year and the rest of the year they're doing roofs or something. If you like this clip of Tax Tuesday, then I invite you to join the actual show. It's every other week, and you can ask your questions and get them answered live by myself and my team. Just click the link.